Hey YouTube, so here's another car video for everyone. This is 5 reasons you should buy a Porsche right now. Let's get started. So reason number 5, they make a great daily driver. So for example, you could drive like a base model 911 or a 911 like 4S or something like that, or even a GTS if you want something more sporty. You could drive that better as a daily driver than you could like, a McLaren with like clutch issues or Ferrari with clutch issues. Or like a lot of like other supercars will have like issues if you daily drive them, but Porsches are very reliable. And I know quite a few people that daily drive a Porsche. Like one of my friends daily drives like a lizard green Porsche 911 GTS. One drives a Liberty Walk kit Porsche 911, that's his daily driver. And then there's another guy I know who drives a Porsche 911 Targa as his daily driver. So there you have 3 different types of Porsche 911 that have been a daily driver for years and no issues. Like, they're just really good for daily driving. Number 4 on this list would be the options. I would say at the moment Porsche has my favorite color options for a car. There's so many options you can get on this. Like, you can pick like any color, like, lava orange, lizard green, python green, shark blue. The color options are endless. Plus, if you want to go like a step further, you can get like PTS, which in Porsche lingo is paint to sample. So a car like this here, which is like a jade color. And there's so many options to like further customize your Porsche, from like everything like in the interior. Like you can get like carbon, GT3 seats. You can change like the seatbelt color. You can do like, you can truly make your Porsche like a one of one if you do like the right spec. Like a lot of Porsches out there are just like a boring like, black or gray spec, but there is like the potential to make a truly unique one, which is really cool, I think. Number 3 on the top 5 list would be its track racing history. Porsche has a huge history of winning like, everything from different racing series to like the Le Mans race, 24 Hours of Nürburgring, which is my personal favorite. Porsche has always done great at 24 Hours of Nürburgring. The Porsches were like tested and bred, driven on like the Nürburgring in Germany. That is their home. So I just think having a car that has like a race history behind it is just something incredible. So that's definitely like something I'd say to buy a Porsche, is just for the race history. Even if you just track your car, a few times a year on like a racetrack or something, weekend track day or car meet, it's still one of the coolest cars you can bring to a car show or track day. So definitely get one for that reason. So further into like the race history of Porsche too, if you were into like customer racing, like in an actual series, you could order like a Porsche GT3 Cup to take on like an actual series like Porsche Cup North America, Porsche Cup Germany, Porsche Cup Brazil, whatever. Or you could do like IMSA with it. Like you could actually do like a racing series. Like you can buy the car or you could just pay for seat time and race it. That's if you were into racing. If you wanted it as like a daily driver, like enter the Porsche GT3 RS, the GT3, the GT2 RS. They've got some serious cars. Even something like Porsche 911 Turbo, it's luxurious and it's fast. Like these are cars that are like track tested, track driven, and they will destroy other cars on a track that are like purposely built for a track. Like these cars are complete monsters. So that's another reason you got to get one of these track cars, is they're just amazing. Reason 2 on this list is they hold their value really well. I've seen a lot of Porsches actually climb in value over the years, especially after there's more, EVs hitting the market, less like petrol engine cars. So as I've seen this, and it's going to go more into the future if you mark my words on this, Porsches will gain in value a lot more, like classics, modern ones, whatever, race cars, anything, just simply because of the reason people want what they can't have. So people want, petrol engine cars, like supercars, all that, like the big exhaust, the loud, and like, everything, but they can't have it now with all this like EV nonsense. So that's the thing, is now these cars are shooting up in value. Like GT2 RS, GT3 RS, those are going up in value. The 60s and 70s Porsches are really going up. Like, so it's something good to hold on to, because some cars, like if you buy a McLaren right now, they're dropping in value. Like the prices of like 720S, 765 LT, like the 570S, those cars are all going down in value, like by 100,000 or 200,000 already in our market here. So a Porsche is like staying in its value, or it's losing a little bit, And then if you give it like a few years time, it's actually going up in value over what you paid for it. Doesn't matter if you paid it used or new, it's actually going up. So I think that Porsche is doing that right. And yeah, so if you buy a Porsche, you're going to have a car for a long time that's worth the money. You're keeping the money, especially with like the economy not being the best. You know your money is safe in a Porsche. That's my opinion on that. And the final one, reason number 1 on this list you need to buy a Porsche, there's a Porsche out there for everyone. It doesn't matter your budget, whether you have like say $10,000 saved up, $20,000, or you're like fully loaded with like, $100,000 to spend, $1 million to spend, whatever. There's a Porsche for every person, every budget. Even if you just want like something like a grocery getter, Porsche Macan. If you want like, something for road trips, like Porsche Panamera, Porsche, Cayenne GTS. If you want like a 500 horsepower like grocery getter, the Cayenne GT, the Cayenne Turbo S. Or if you want like a track car, any generation 911. Like, the thing about it is there's so many cars out there. Like when I was buying my first car, it was just a Tiburon GT. But other cars I was considering were like an old Porsche Cayman, the first generation, or like the first generation Porsche Boxster. Like there was a lot of lower ended Porsche cars that I was considering. And I'd still like to buy one in the future just as like a cool weekend car, like a first generation Boxster in like, yellow, or a cheap 911 to build as like a track car. Like I'd consider something like that. So whatever, and then like as my YouTube grows, like I'd, opt for something more like a lava orange Porsche GT3 RS, which is like my favorite color on it. And like if you have like, you're really about your specs and stuff, you wouldn't get like a used car, you would get something new, like a PTS color on a Porsche or something really unique. So there's a Porsche for everyone, which is why I think this is one of the best cars ever. Because a lot of car companies, it's like there's only a specific market. Like minivans are for minivan people, trucks are for like work. But Porsche has a car for everything you want. Every single thing. That's why I think it's such a cool brand. So yeah, thank you for watching this video on my 5 reasons to buy a Porsche. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe and check out my other videos. Thanks for watching.